Outside of her is Flying Dynasty, 3 deep Buster's Pride and 4 deep Luncheon Star. Now just behind them, pushing clear now, is Sylvania Road out in the centre of the track. Over on the inside is Swelligant, and outside of Sylvania Road is a horse called La Buan Hussar, who performed most creditably at her first start in the race. Back to the inside and we see Swelligant push through, dash straight past Super Swift. If you're on her here, you probably thought you had the cash, but no, down the outside comes a Whiskey Road filly called Sylvania Road, and she looked, oh, well, I'd have to say very impressive at only her second start in a race. I thought...
And the lead-up races to it, but I told the owners the other day that she would be their first stakes-winning filly, and I was looking towards the 3-year-old season rather than this season.
With a big future, Johnny Nichols. In the Ken Howard Welter, Glen Aster leads them into the straight from Noble Comet, who's been placed in a couple of Melbourne Cups. Il Rubino just lost ground there. Gold's Armour in the yellow cap, and the grey, who we've pointed out, is Folding Money. Why I pointed him out, he led early, then he lost his position and he got going again near the line. I thought it was a great run, but down the outside in the green is the eventual winner of the race, Old Tulsa Knight, and there's not much you can take away from him. Old Tulsa's stretching out and he goes on to win pretty convincingly from Gold's Armour with Folding Money, what I thought was a good performance to finish third. In the third race, the Keith Dumbia handicap, the odds-on favourite Palomino Star was successful. From the inside, it's Mighty Tower leading there now from Winzali. Tats Gold starting to drop off. Trap 4 deep is Tegon Mass, and pushing between horses now in the red colours, there he is Palomino Star. Of course, Palomino Star would have started at odds against yesterday only because of the late scratching of Pleasant Flight, who incidentally won a barrier trial on Friday by 6 lengths. As it was, he was at about 11 to 8 on for most of betting, 6 to 4 on starting price. He cruises to the lead here, Palomino Star. Didn't have perhaps a lot up his sleeve, but I like this horse. I like the way he gets to the line, and I think he's got a pretty sound future. Palomino Star, another one to Dittman, and another one to Teague. Third last in the orange cap. We'll stop frame them in a moment to give you a better look at them. On the turn, it's Crown Treason leading from Jill Ray. That's Resource moving up in the pink, and Ozrada starting to drop off the grey horse. Malamba, as I said, back there with the orange cap. Look at all the ground he saved on the turn when all the others swing wide. He gets a run here outside of Resource and inside of Time, who's got the white cap. Just enough to push him into the opening, saved a heap of ground, and well he did, because he only just arrived in time to grab Jill Ray. Pushing along the rails there into 4th place was the country filly Regal Destiny. But all honours with the winner, Regal Decree rather, I said Destiny, Regal Decree, but all honours with the winner there, of course, Malamba. Okay, this is the main one of the day, the Expressway Stakes at Weight for Age, and Vain Carrioi was first to hit the ground, but of course Ravage, with marvellous speed, dashed along the inside to head off Vain Carrioi. Running third is the former Queenslander Peach Choice in the white cap. On the inside in the blue and black colours is Royal Troubadour. Next is Chime Square and At Sea. Chime Square and At Sea have a little bit of a bump here if you watch them, near the tail of those first 6 horses. Chime Square pushes out, buffets At Sea a little bit, and At Sea will just pick it up, loses about a length there as he drops back. And the other horses in the picture are Dinky Flyer in the blue sleeves, Zoning in the red cap, and last of all is the other runner in the race, Premier Flight, who was virtually outclassed. Coming to the turn, and it's Ravage showing the way. Running second now is Royal Troubadour, getting up inside of Vain Carrioi, and as we stop frame them, we're going to point out Chime Square, who trailed Royal Troubadour up and made it very interesting for him over the last couple of 100 metres. Ravage headed off now by Royal Troubadour. Where's At Sea? He's in the white cap, was just in your screen. Now we've lost him, and Royal Troubadour dashes clear, looks at this point as though he's going to win very easily, but no. Chime Square starts to charge home a length, a half length. Now it's a long neck, 20 metres to go, it's about a half neck, and right on the line, whew.
To go to stud, to Delma stud. Now there's a possibility that Jim has now got another reasonably good sprinter coming over from America. He may race on now as a 4-year-old, but...
On the corner, he shows the way from Burrabillee. That's Philip we've pointed out there in the white cap. Over on the rails in the yellow is Billions Galore. And last of all, not quite ready yesterday, was the filly Our Lafitte. Righto, back to the action, and futuristic. He's holding Burrabillee at this stage. Burrabillee getting along the inside, but not fast enough. Is he going to get there? He's not, but who is? Yes, Philip. Here he comes down the outside. Philip gobbles up the other two and puts his head in front where it matters most, right on the finishing post. And Philip won officially. The The Ray Guy trained Dandy Circle is showing the way from Blue Regent. On the rails behind them is Baby King, Multi pushing up 3 wide. Super Duper now getting into the clear and trailing Super Duper up. Immediately behind Blue Regent, the other white cap was the favourite, Lord Keeper. But Lord Keeper, well, he just didn't come on yesterday, and once Blue Regent dashed to the lead of Dandy Circle, he was immediately claimed himself by Super Duper. And at this point, it looked about 5 or 6 to 1 on Super Duper getting the cash, but not as far as Blue Regent was concerned. Once Darren Beedman got into him with the whip, he found a lot more than most people anticipated and was able to stall off Super Duper and win by a very narrow margin. In third place was Dandy Circle, the early leader. Here's the last. And Northern Reward, who didn't handle the slightly dead track, is showing the way at this stage from Almerzo. Racing up 3 deep is the Mick Dittman mount, Hail and Shine. Nuno Patera in the red cap, just behind the 3 leaders. Luskin Flight outside of him, and the grey wider out. Well, that's Silver Award, and that's the horse we've pinpointed. Trailing him up a long way back at this stage is Late Show, who's a chestnut horse in a grey colours with a white cap, but he goes out of the picture just for a moment. Almerzo kicks clear, Hail and Shine after him, Nuno Patera between horses. They're all struggling a little bit, but Silver Award, who's in devastating form at the moment, makes it 3 wins in a row, quickly dashes past Almerzo. Down the outside comes Late Show.